not impossible, but it is challenging. Esperanto ROM hack 1. All cost, and it seems that maybe you need to step up the challenge and do that, but oh my goodness, I wasn't paying attention and the countdown had started and they're both off. Why do they continue instead of start over? Because they have a main deck save file, and by continuing instead of starting over, they are skipping a many-minute long cutscene right at the beginning, and it goes straight to that first dialogue instead. And right at the beginning, we have a difficult climb. Here, we usually just call it the climb, and oh no, both of them having a little bit of trouble with it. That's unusual. But both of them making it through. Yes, now one thing to note, that for the leaderboards Metroid Fusion, we actually use in-game time, where these dialogues aren't actually counted. So normally it doesn't come into play, but in these races, your tech smashing can make a huge difference. So you'll be seeing them try to get through those texts as quickly as possible. It's a little bit awkward, because the way it works is, once it starts, you can hold the button down, it'll take you all the way to the end of the current box, then you have to press the button again to make it advance. So some folks will opt to time it and hold the button down, other folks will opt to just two-button mash. Why is Metroid yellow and blue? Well, funny you should refer to them as Metroid now, because the big gimmick in Metroid Fusion is that Samus has been infected by these X-parasites, still one of the lamest names for an enemy in the Metroid series. It was only saved by being injected with a Metroid vaccine from the baby Metroid, so now she is in fact part Metroid, and that's also completely changed the way she looks. And on the cool note is that it also means that we can get new powers by absorbing X-parasites. So you're actually going to see that, unlike other Metroid games, both Scotty and Eagle are going to be getting new power-ups in two ways. They're either going to go on Future Pirate Bay and download them off the internet, which is what they're going to do here in a minute with missiles, or by beating bosses and absorbing the giant Core X's inside of them. Who's winning right now? Well, I'd say that Scotty is a tiny bit ahead, by which I mean mere seconds. But that is something that can very easily change, not just through execution, although that execution will make a big difference, because Fusion is a far more linear game than other Metroids. But unfortunately, it is also a much more RNG-heavy game than other Metroids. We haven't really encountered it yet, but we will in a little bit. Right now, like I said, it's just the only big differences you're going to be seeing in where they are just right now is so far has all been movement based. Because since this is a game where sequence breaking is not really possible, you're going to be making most of your time by just having clean movement. And there we go. They have downloaded missiles off the internet. And they are on their way to the first boss here in a moment. Yeah, as it turns out, bosses in Metroid Fusion, both the bosses themselves and everything around them are the biggest source of RNG in this game, because first thing you have to do when you get to a boss is you have to get through the door. The door might look familiar if you played Super Metroid. It has an eye on it, and the eye shoots at you. The difference this time is that you can't shoot it when it's shooting a beam. So when it opens its eye, it's either going to be vulnerable or shoot you with a beam. It's completely random, both how long it takes to open and whether or not it'll shoot you. And if it decides that it's not going to be vulnerable, you can't do anything, you just gotta wait. And at this point, you have to hit it with 3 missiles. So you can have double-digit beams if you're not careful. Thankfully, Scotty and Eagle both know how to use a trick called double missiles to hit it with 2 missiles in one round. Oh man, Scotty getting 3 beams, that's really bad. Eagle only getting 2, so Eagle makes up a little bit of time there. Thankfully, another thing the eye doors do is they drop red X's, so if you decide to stick around and wait for the red X to form, it gives you a big refill. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it is a lot of health. I want to say like at least 500 health, and they'll usually refill your missiles and bombs if you have them. And Scotty getting a really good pattern there, no rolls. And Eagle also. Both of them having really good fights for Arachnus there. And you also saw that normally the Arachnus Core X there flying around takes 3 missiles, but they did it in only 2 rounds, and that's because of a trick you'll be seeing throughout called double missiles. Because here's the fun thing about those Core X's. Those Core X's have square hitboxes even though they're round. What does that mean? Well, you saw them wall jumping off the wall to get to fly in at a high angle. That lets them shoot 2 missiles straight up in a specific timing, and it'll fly into both missiles at the same time. Which means that it'll take 2 hits before it goes into invincibility frames, letting you skip around. This early on, it only let them skip 1 round, but later on, like for example, when we get to the next major boss, that one you can shrink it into shrink a 4-round Core X into 2 rounds, you get doubles. So that's what they're going to be trying to do there. And thankfully with Arachnus, I was mentioning the RNG thing, Arachnus can also just start rolling at you, and if it starts rolling at you, you lose a lot of time, but Scotty and Eagle getting equally good luck on the Arachnus fight and being able to plow through it very quickly, so they're staying really close. But with that, the computer has made the horrifying announcement that the X's have infiltrated the breeding environments, and what is this? Metroid Fusion, why does your mom let you have 2 Samuses? That's not Samus! It most certainly is not. It's more powerful than we are, although it looks like us. And it's bad news, I tell you what. And it also does not know how to use doors. How rude. But Eagle and Scotty both heading on down to Sector 1, where the madness continues. Because the X have infested the... I guess not climate control, yeah. the future HVAC has been infected by the X. So we have to go to 5 different atmospheric stabilizers and clean them using missiles, because obviously missiles clean things. In this case, it's going to take either 3 missiles or, a little bit of an advanced spoiler here, 1 charge shot, because here in Sector 1, they're going to be getting the charge beam. And now you'll be seeing some certain little movement things, like for example, you saw Scotty drop straight down instead of opting to hit the platforms, and that's because when you're jumping, your horizontal movement is slower than when you're running, so if you're trying to move horizontally, you want to jump as little as possible. Alright, you're going to see Scotty here. Oh, he didn't get that 3rd missile. Oh, now he's tinking. That's going to cost him some time. A tiny bit of RNG there is that those stabilizers are moving up and down a tiny bit. So if you get there, they might be lined up for you to get 3 quick shots, or it might be a little bit too high and you might tink. There's not much you can do about that. You just got to roll with it. You're also going to be noticing, taking advantage of one of the interesting properties of diagonal missiles, is that when you fire missiles diagonally down or diagonally up while running, they actually move a little bit more forward than you think they do. But you may notice, you may see that Scotty and Eagle are being a little bit stingy with their missiles. There's a very good reason for that, because this is 100%. And at 100%, we don't really need to worry about health or ammo much later. But this early on, particularly this first visit to Sector 1, missile count is extremely important. Because you need, like before, you need 3 missiles to open that I-beam door before you can get that red X refill. And before that, there is a climb full of space pirates, and space pirates can only be damaged by missiles. We have nothing else that can damage them right now. So you want to make sure you don't run out of missiles before you get to that shaft with the space pirates, or you can be in a world of trouble. And you see right there Scotty doing the climb. And Ross is here. Hello.
Hello. Oh, Scotty is in the lead.
He is. They both had a little bit of trouble in the climb, and Scotty pulled ahead right there, and he's stayed ahead. And they're both getting pretty much the exact same luck with eye doors and bosses so far.
I've never seen Eagle struggle against an opponent before.
Well, we watched Palsmore beat him earlier in this very tournament.
Well, that's different.
Oh, okay.
It's Palsmore.
Eagle having a little bit of trouble getting the double missiles on that beam core X, but he's going to set up for the try set for sweet spot. That's the one thing I didn't mention in the first core X fight, which is when you kill a core X, the part that you absorb flies into a specific point before you can pick it up. If you kill it right on the spot where you pick it up, you don't have to. It doesn't flash, and you can pick it up immediately. That's called sweet spot, and it'll save you a few seconds. And now they both have the charge beam, which is one of the most broken weapons in the entire game, and better than missiles in most cases. Just surprising to anyone who's played Zero Mission.
Yeah, I think the developers put in an extra 0 or misplaced a decimal somewhere because charge beam is too strong.
Yeah, I guess they just underestimated the risks people were willing to take. They said, you know what, let's add a little bit of a something extra. We'll make it so that it's multiple shots, each of them does more damage, and we'll add the flare. In case someone feels risky and wants to stand close, then we just decided, let's just stand close as much as possible, and then it just got really good.
To me, it's a shame, really, how Fusion gives you so many missiles, the most missiles you can get in any Metroid game, I think. But they make those missiles useless somewhat when you navigate through rooms because charge beam is so strong.
Not to a point, but I guess that's partially also just because of the way that missiles change later when you get more of the upgrades for it. Because after the first upgrade to the missiles, they're really good, but then after that they become a lot less useful just because of the extra effects.
Yeah, it's really a shame. I mean, not much they can do about it though, considering there aren't any separate super missile selections. So they got to put 100% somewhere.
Yep. I guess that's it. When you start stacking your power-ups together, then you kind of are limited on what kind of pickups you can have.
It's very interesting that Scotty's lead is actually growing. I mean, Scotty had no doubles on his Core X fight with the charge, and Eagle had one double, I believe. But
no,
still...
Eagle had none. Eagle missed all the doubles.
Okay, so both of the runners missed their doubles, yet Scotty is pulling ahead for some reason. It might be text mash, it might be better movement, but it's really interesting that this is happening, considering that Eagle is known for perfect execution in terms of movement and all that. So Scotty's really giving Eagle a run for his money here.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, Scotty's something he's just kind of this weird, just giant X factor in this tournament because no one really knew what to expect from him coming in after what he pulled in the ZM tournament, and then he's just shown up, he tied the world record, and he's just playing out of his mind every time. Meanwhile, both of them having a very clean trip to the security level 1 rooms, so now all the blue doors are open and they can go get bombs, which are sadly not as useful as they are in other Metroid games. You'll notice
Scotty's movement. It's so clean. It's kind of like JRP level, to be honest.
Dang.
And he gets that nice jump on that platform, which is a kind of difficult trick to do because you have to jump past at the very edge of the lower platform. I want to say it's frame perfect. It's not, but it's close to frame perfect. Eagle decides that he doesn't even want to try it.
I think it all just is kind of telling that, well, when a lot of folks are trying to learn a new game, they'll go look for the world record run. Scotty just copies the task, so
I mean, that's a good reference.
It is, but it's one of those things where you're trying to learn inhuman strats from the get-go, but then he can actually do it, and it's pretty spectacular to watch. In fact, in a couple of spots, you'll be seeing him do different strats than what you'll be seeing Eagle do, and it was a bit of a shock for me the first time I saw him do some of those.
I'm really interested in what kind of time Scotty would get if he played 100% in Japanese. He mentioned that he was going to switch over to console, so if that's the case, he may very well be the hero that we are all looking for, the one that will break JRP's world record. Because the way it works for Fusion is that if there is a tie in in-game time, then they resort to RTA as a secondary. So if Scotty gets a 104 and a faster RTA, that means he would be number one. I'm waiting for that day to happen.
Yeah, but it's going to take him some work though, because JRP's home run. JRP's world record is nothing to sneeze at. It is a very, very well played game. Very, very well played run.
Eagle having difficulty with that bomb block, so he'll have to plant a bomb there. Costs him about 2 seconds, whereas Scotty was able to get right through it. And the legendary pancakes that seem to kill people, Eagle has no issues with that.
Eagle's health is a little bit low, but thankfully he's got an E-tank coming up here, which you see Scotty picking up, so... Yeah, once you get to that E-tank, your health worries in Sector 2 are over, because... Yeah, if you take a lot of hits early on in Sector 2, you gotta worry about running into the Zoros and the pancakes, because things really hurt this early on in the game. Now let's see how Zazabi treats Scotty. Number of jumps are random, so... I always forget, it's like a maximum possible of what, 13 jumps?
12.
12.
It's 3, 4, and 5 for each phase. He did get max on the first one. This is a 1 jump, so he's got 4 so far.
Oh man.
Go for the 9 jump. Good job, Scotty.
Scotty just not having good luck. But now we're going to see if he can get that double-double I mentioned, and then get the Core X fight real quick here. There's the first double, and there's the second double, no problem.
This actually might be a decent equalizer for Eagle. I think he had a better jump count than Scotty. So Eagle might save some time here. Although I wasn't really counting Eagle's jumps.
Oh, and he got Sweet Spot as well, so he definitely saved a couple extra seconds there. Yeah, I'm really bad at counting the jumps because I'm never sure if you're supposed to count the first jump or not. Okay, here's the big thing: is Scotty going to go for sack skip? He is not.
Come on, Scotty. That is, I believe that is fear of your opponent right there.
You know, I think it's actually being kind of smart, because Eagle has ever since the last couple times people have died to it. Oh, Eagle's going for it.
Oh, of course he's gonna go for it.
Eagle has not been going for it as of late, though.
He did realize that morphing after being frozen is significantly safer, but it costs just a little bit of time. So he did adopt a much safer strat there, and the reason why he morphs after getting frozen is that in case something does go wrong and SAS shoots ice beams at Eagle as he's running, he can jump over it in a morph ball state, which is a lot easier to do than a non-morph ball state.
That's a surprise though, because I honestly was expecting that Scotty decided to not go for it because he figured Eagle wasn't going to go for it either.
Eagle is, I mean, win or lose, these runners are going to be in the top 4.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I
'Cause,
mean,
like Scotty is tied for world record, and Eagles and Sec is well, I guess now third because of the tied at first. But I mean, no, these are top 3 players.
yeah. I mean, well, the loser of this match will face off against Monkey, who's waiting for them in the third place match. So, win or lose, like I said, they're going to place in the top 4. And being Scotty and Eagle, I'm pretty sure that I have no doubts that they would beat Monkey. So, in
It's
all
close.
honesty, in all honesty, this is a race for third place, where the loser gets third place.
Or depending on who you ask, this is the true grand final.
Yeah. um,
No, I kid. Actually, no. I don't think there was doubt after going into the bracket stage. I don't think there was doubt in anyone's mind that it was going to be Eagle, Paulsmore, Scotty was going to take the whole thing. But it's just a matter of who, because all 3 of them have been playing really well this tournament.
yeah, it's a strange love triangle where Paulsmore is waiting for these 2 would-be lovers to duke it out to win Paulsmore's hand in marriage. I think I explained the whole situation well there.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. You certainly explained it. I mean, oh goodness, Eagles taking a lot of hits. Gotta be careful,
Yeah,
especially.
he needs to not get less than 100 health here.
Yeah.
That purple fish coming up can kill him if he's not careful.
Oh,
Kill
that's
the
bad
fish,
placement.
please.
Okay, he's taking the save. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have had someone die to that fish.
Oh yeah, I know. I think that someone is actually in the chat right now.
God, Ross,
Eagle has a lot of I mean, it's I don't know. It's fun. But like I said, Eagle has a lot of experience in this game and is a veteran to Fusion in any category. Definitely knows and will assess the situation at hand and will not rush and die.
Yeah, and I think something we've mentioned before, the experience, is the fact that if things go wrong for whatever reason and you have to adapt on the fly, Eagle will most likely the better equipped of the 2 to deal with them because he's been running this game for so long. And Scotty is still just relative newcomer, although that doesn't discount the fact that he's gotten very good very fast.
Yeah, he's only been playing, basically learned the route for the tournament and then gets a world record during the tournament. So it's
oh my goodness,
it's definitely something else. But Scotty has been making a lot of movement errors coming up to Ceres here. Eagle is catching up, mostly due to the fact that Scotty did not do sack skip and Eagle did. So
the gap is closing, and Ceres can close it even further because they're both going to go for a trick. We talked about the charge beam. If you hit the Ceres with both parts of the shot and the flash twice, you can 2-cycle Ceres. Otherwise, it can take up to 5 cycles if you are not playing well. And so Ceres can definitely close the gap if they have a bad fight. Oh no, Scotty! Oh, this could be it. This could be what lets Eagle catch up.
Eagle is going to catch up here for sure.
Eagle gets that first hit. Let's see if he can get this. If he can get the 2-cycle, he's already ahead. Oh, Scotty getting a respectable 3-cycle considering he fell in the water.
Yeah, Eagle's also having bad luck here. He had the bad RNG in terms of cycles go. He had the one where you could not predict his next pattern.
Yeah.
But Scotty manages to regain composure here and make sure that he's still in the lead. Fortunately,
having some trouble with the core, though.
Yeah.
That was close, though.
Yeah, I don't think Scotty knew that with the pattern that he had, he could have waited at the left side and Ceres would have been vulnerable the moment he popped out. So he kind of rushed to the right side, hoping to kind of intercept Ceres there. But did not press A in time and just went straight to the water.
And that's the annoying thing about Ceres, is that Ceres has movement patterns that are in pairs. So if you see the first pattern, you can know where he's going to be for the second one. But not all the patterns are ones that are easy to set up the hit for. Some of them you really can't. And so if you try, in that case, just Scotty fell in the water trying to set up, not knowing that there was an alternate setup.
Yeah, I mean, if we're handing out tips here, I say that the best place to be while waiting for Ceres to go vulnerable is in the center, so you can react to anything. Scotty, however, was kind of more towards the left, so he didn't have much time to realize to look at the pattern and then react to it.
And because of that, they're now more or less in the same room, just depending on the size of the room. But
oh, and Scotty misses the low height, which is kind of strange because I rarely see Scotty miss the low height there. Let's see if Eagle gets the low height, so he's gonna do the faster strat here.
yeah, low height is not quite as fast as it is in any percent, since you have to come back for the missile tank, but it's still.
It is. They did prove that low height here saves just a few frames.
Frames, man, frames.
Yeah, frames. That's all it is. But Eagle is behind, so he'll take whatever frames he can get.
And take them he will, because Eagle can.
Did I miss a set swag strat somewhere? Well, sorry.
Oh man, more text mashing. I love text mashing.
And I think so. You notice that the runners are playing in English, right? I think this is a deliberate choice for Scotty because he plays specifically English, and they made it so that if runners agree to play Japanese, they can play Japanese, but the default language for the tournament is English. Scotty choosing English is very much an advantage in that he doesn't quite know the text pattern for Japanese, whereas Eagle does. And Eagle is a big fan of the Japanese language because it's 3 minutes faster. So just pointing that out there, like it's a deliberate strategy from Scotty.
Well, that and just Scotty just has English set up, and that's what he's just been using.
Right. And he could have easily chose to pick Japanese because it's 3 minutes faster, but he would be playing in Eagle's home court.
So, alright everybody, welcome to Sector 3. This is the hot sector. It says Pyrite in the name, I don't know what else you were expecting. And they have to open another security door before going to get the best missile upgrade, the super missiles. Because in this game, they're not separate pickups, they're just an upgrade to your normal missiles. All your missiles become super, and that's fantastic.
Super.
Which makes them, I want to say, 5 times more powerful. But more importantly, it makes the entire screen shake, and it gives them the most satisfying explosion sound of probably any missile in any Metroid game. Okay, Paul's Moore, thank you. Paul's Moore correcting me that they only do 3 times as much damage, not 5 times.
I think Federation or super missiles sound better.
Well, I haven't played that game.
Me neither. I'm just guessing. Oh, Eagle misses the shine break. We're gonna lose a little bit of time here. Scotty did get the shine break, so it's a game of give and take right now. Scotty's like desperately holding on to his lead, making sure he gets the faster strats, but Eagle seems to be like a wave in the ocean where he's catching up and he's slowing down and he's catching up and he's slowing down. Eagle needs to be consistent here, and it's kind of a shock for me to say that because Eagle is like the definition of consistency, but he's not showing it here today.
Yeah, he's just there's both making small mistakes, but it seems like Eagle's making more of them, which is unusual. Because normally we're the ones saying, "Now look at Eagle to see how to do it," and then watch so and so making the mistakes. This time it feels like it's the other way around. It's kind of weird to be saying that.
Yeah, definitely.
I actually have to wonder if maybe Scotty's maybe getting got a little bit under his skin before, and it's kind of like, because of all the people aside, because Eagle pretty much only had Paulsmore to fear in tournaments up until now, and now Scotty has also become a force to be reckoned with. So it's almost like, oh,
Scotty missing the opener for box 1, but he manages to regain control of box here and kill it. Not quite perfect fight, but still close enough to its death point that he's not going to lose much time here. Meanwhile, Eagle getting the perfect fight.
There you go.
He's gonna save time. Like I said, he's going to save time, and then he's going to lose time. And if Eagle wants to get the lead here soon, it has to be always getting the right strat.
Yeah, because Scotty is playing too well for Eagle to not be able for Eagle to catch up without making. Words are hard today. The point is, Eagle can't afford to be making mistakes if he wants to catch up, because Scotty isn't making very many.
Right.
There we go. That's what I meant.
And if you guys were watching the Swiss, what is it called? Swiss format?
Yeah, it was Swiss. It was Swiss format.
Yeah. If you guys were watching that, where there was a 4-way race featuring Eagle, Scotty, and Paulsmore, Scotty blew them both out of the water. So this is not a fluke, because Scotty's already done it before. He's already beaten Eagle, not directly, but in that 4-way race, did beat Eagle. So
yeah, because Eagle's opponent was not Scotty. Eagle's opponent was Paulsmore.
Yeah. But, Scotty still blew him out by almost a minute. So, it's definitely something that Eagle cannot take lightly.
But thankfully, they're both on their way to get the Varia suit, which will prevent them from taking damage in hot and cold rooms, and they don't have to worry about getting frozen by the sacks anymore. With the only drawback being that it just makes your eyes bleed. But don't take my word for it, just give it a little bit of time and you'll see it for yourself.
Coming up in a few rooms here, both runners are going to be forced to interact with sacks. And if Scotty is Scotty today, we're going to see a different version of how sack skip is done. It's a faster version, but is a riskier version. So definitely keep an eye out on Scotty's screen here. I don't know if Eagle will try it, but we did see him do sack skip in Sector 2 when he hardly ever did it in the Swiss format or in the tournament. So it can happen. But for Scotty, I am gonna say with a 99% certainty that he's gonna do it.
Yeah, that's the only way I've seen him do it. I would be surprised if he did anything different at this point.
Oh, Scotty gets a bounce here. He's going to unmorph.
Oh no! Ooh, that was a good recover.
Yeah, if you touch the ground there and the bomb blows up, your reaction must be unmorphed to save time that you just lost. Otherwise, you're going to get launched in the air.
And it looks like Scotty's setting up to do his unique sack skip here.
Yep.
There he goes.
Yeah, and he's going to get it. Very nice. Very, very, very nice.
It's always a little bit scary, too, just because you're closely dodging those ice beam shots. But
Oh
Can't hear me.
no,
Oh,
no, 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 no,
Eagle,
no, no,
no!
Okay.
Oh gosh, that was close.
Fortunately, so what happened there with Eagle is that he shot too early, shot at SAX. I think actually no, it was a combination of him being too far away and shooting too early. But the thing that saved him was that he jumped high enough that Sax's next shot, which was a super missile, was aimed at where Samus used to be in the air. If he jumped low enough, that missile would have gone right into Eagle's face. Considering how far away he was from the platform, that missile would have hit for sure.
Yeah, then that would have been game over. Oh no, Scotty having some trouble with the giant Core X.
It seems like Scotty likes the water today or something.
I think so Scotty subconsciously is saying he wants a bath. But he's getting the doubles here, which is good, because one thing we haven't mentioned yet is the fact that double missiles on Core X's are things that you're going to be seeing them both try to go for throughout. But the problem is, every time they get a new missile upgrade, the missile does more damage, but it also affects the speed at which the missile flies and how quickly you can shoot them. So you have to pretty much learn a new timing for double missiles every time you get a missile upgrade. Oh,
Seems like
Scotty.
Eagle,
Oh, Scotty!
Scotty showing off the JBJ there, the one of two JBJs that you could do in 100% to save you some time. Eagle not going to go for it. He's going to go the traditional way. So it looks like they're synced here, but they're not actually synced because Scotty's going to go right back out the door.
Scotty just every time I think he's not going to surprise me, I just watch one of his races and he still manages to surprise me and make me sound like a complete dork. Just... Oh, man.
If Scotty missed that wall jump and fell through the crumble blocks, Eagle would have caught up significantly. That loses so much time if you don't go back out the way you came in. But fortunately, he got lucky. I think it was luck. Maybe it wasn't, but it sure looked like luck to me.
I don't know. I get the feeling Scotty wouldn't be trying these things if he hadn't practiced them quite a bit before this race.
I know that Scotty's primary strat for that missile is to pick up the missile while wall jumping, but it looked like he didn't get the wall jump off before he picked the missile up, so he had to resort to a backup strat. Pretty sure Scotty's heart is like racing right now with his spaghetti palms and knee spaghetti. But he did manage to get out of Sector 6 with just a few issues.
Oh my god. Eagles doesn't seem to be catching up, but he's not really letting himself fall way behind either, so this is still... If Scotty has a really bad fight or something, it's still very possible for Eagle to... That was weird.
Nice shine spark.
It's like, it looks like he was setting up for that. What was he trying to do there?
I have no idea. It's gonna cost him about a second, actually, because of the wind-up in the bonk. I've never known anyone to lose a second leaving the navigation room.
I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to kind of calm himself down by just being a bit goofy and just kind of get his heart rate back to normal.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, because if I get super duper tense, I don't play as well, so...
Yeah, definitely needs to calm down. He needs to play with some sauce. Spaghetti sauce.
What is with you and spaghetti today?
I don't know. It seems to be the word that hip youngsters say nowadays.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just trying to keep up with the times.
Let's go with that. But here we are in Sector 5, the cold sector, which, had they come here without the various suit, they would be taking damage as if it were a heated room, because Metroid DNA. Oh no.
Scotty chickened out. Please. Oh man, he's gonna lose. That's an automatic 2-second time loss there due to the door transitions. So Eagle just inching and catching up and catching up.
But both of them are going to be heading down to find the yellow door unlock room, the security room, so they can go to the data room and get the missile downgrade or upgrade, depending on who you ask.
Yeah. So what Scotty did there, he positioned himself so that he could actually break through the speed booster blocks, but it's a risky position because there is a waiver that can overlap with a blue Ice X that is in the same area. When that happens, Scotty would not be able to kill the waiver, and the waiver would hit Scotty before he's able to speed boost, losing him about 10 seconds. So he tries to go for the fast strat and realizes that he doesn't want to risk it and goes back in to do a safer strat. But like I said, it's an automatic 2-second time loss minus the time he spent repositioning himself. And Eagle a lot closer to Scotty now than he was in Sector 6. Both in the same room.
Yeah. And now they're coming up on something that could completely turn it around. They're coming up on a puzzle room here where if enemy placement is a little bit difficult with the Ripper, that could give Eagle to close the gap. Oh god, that Ripper placement, ugh.
Oh, he almost whiffs. Okay, he actually does whiff, but manages to recover there. Eagle also getting the poor RNG on that Ripper, spawning and moving to the right instead of to the left.
It seems like they're getting very similar RNG as far as like eye doors and things like that. So
and yeah, I wish it stayed that way so it could really be a race of skill and execution rather than luck.
Agreed. Now that we said that, we're going to get like 12 eye beams, even though they only have one, have to hit it once somehow.
I would laugh. Considering the skill of these two runners, I would laugh if any one of these runners got more than a 4 beam on a single door at this point.
Just get 3 beams from here to the end of the game. It's fine. God. Uh-oh. I think Scotty may have broken his game or something, because it seems to be flashing red. And what is this Siri voice? What's going on here?
What? Am I watching Virtual Boy games right now?
It's just popping right off the screen at me, letting me know that there is an emergency.
Yeah, I'm getting flashbacks. I'm getting flashbacks from the old Virtual Boy days, and like 2 separate monitors for my left eye and my right eye, and they're both flashing red. Like, this is not good for me.
Oh god, I'm feeling the headaches coming on already. But that's right, we're on to everyone's favorite meme section of the run, the emergency. And so basically, they both have 6 minutes to get down to the bottom of Sector 3 to figure out what's going on. And 6 minutes till main Magoo explosion. We need to go take care of it. This section is pure movement execution. There's a lot of enemies along the way, and if they do it nice and quick, they'll get a time that's 4:30 something, I want to say.
Yeah, so if they get a 0 beam, I should expect mid 4:30s for either runner. 1 beam would be low for 4:30. So, like you said, it is all execution here. And we'll definitely find out who's going to save time for this split.
And Scotty's showing off one of the fun tricks for anyone playing casually, that if the fire tries to knock you off the ceiling, just hold up and you'll grab right back on. Stretchies being a necessary thing you have to deal with, but you gotta be careful not to accidentally kill Stretchies in certain spots.
Or the breakable blocks. Make sure you don't break them.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Scotty getting one eye beam.
Alright, a 1 beam for Scotty. And Eagle takes a dip in the lava. He's gonna lose a little bit of time there, but can make that up with a 0 beam. And what do you know? A 0 beam.
Alright, Scotty gets the first double and second double. But you called it, he's gonna get a low 430. Ooh, Eagle having trouble with the doubles again.
Oh yeah, Scotty is gonna save time here over Eagle, despite having 1 beam versus Eagle's 0 beam. And that is due to Eagle missing the doubles and falling into the lava.
But yeah, Monkey's pointing out that Scotty did get a 434 with a 1 beam. That is really good. we see the accusations of cheating. He's playing too well. Can't be getting times like this, getting those 1 beams.
Scotty, please. So, despite Scotty getting, oh my, despite Scotty getting really good time for his wave, I mean his white beam, he managed to hit almost everything on his way out of that area, which is gonna lose him some time. It is faster to wait for those flame pillars, but the key is that you have to know when flame pillars don't hit you anymore, because you can walk, or I don't know, monkey swing across a flame pillar that is there but won't damage you because its damage hitbox has already disappeared. But Scotty just took it like a man, took all the hits and got knocked backwards, which loses him some time.
Then made up for it by having a spectacular climb, just so clean. Yeah, the climb back up from the bottom of Sector 3 is, when done correctly, is one of the coolest looking climbs in the game, I think.
So yeah, the unfortunate thing for Scotty is that despite him having a better meltdown than Eagle, Eagle is still catching up because he had a better escape from Sector 3 and is right on Scotty's tail. I mean, animals can change the lead here. You know, this is how close it is right now.
So they both save the animals, but the question is, are they going to save Scotty's lead? That's what it's really going to come down to.
Yeah. I mean, animals could start a donation bid war for give Scotty the lead or not.
There you go.
Oh, Scotty bonking the ceiling there, not making effective use of his speed jump.
I almost have to wonder if he's gotten a little bit, nerves are getting to him a little bit, because, you know, I think he's in chat, or at the very least he has an awareness of where he is relative to Eagle. So it's one of those things where just he's like, he knows he can play well, but he's just getting a bit nervous. I'm making these mistakes. It's gonna let Eagle catch up, and it's kind of getting into his head a bit. Maybe
it's possible. Scotty going for beautiful impossible strats there.
God, that's so cool.
Yeah, he's gonna save some time over Eagle, but once again, Eagle's general movement seems to be much better than Scotty's at this moment. So Scotty can pull off all these difficult tricks, but he needs to follow up with better movement if he wants to pull ahead. Kind of bad RNG animals to Scotty there. Let's see what Eagle gets. Oh, Eagle might get good animals. They just ran right past the door.
They heard you talking and they all ran away from the door.
So, fortunately for Scotty, he's going to maintain the lead here past animals. Eagle almost had really good animals, but as you saw, one of the bear-looking things just snuck by.
The Etacoons, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're terrible things.
Not as terrible as the way the Various suit looks in this close-up.
I don't know about that. Looks great.
Are you colorblind, Ross?
It's more of a yellow-green color, or green-yellow. You ever get those 16 color crayon boxes, and one is yellow-green and the other one is green-yellow?
They're totally different.
I don't understand why they're different. They're the same name. It's just
No, they're not. They're not the same name. Yellow green is not the same as green yellow. The order is different, and so the
Look around.
emphasis. Oh my god, why are we having this conversation?
I mean, I don't know. Take a name, somebody's name, for example, like Michael Jackson. Jackson Michael is the same person.
I don't even know what you've become. Hey, guess what? They're going back to Sector 5.
Yeah,
There's a
Scotty.
race going on.
By the grace of better animal RNG, Scotty's lead has increased. But it's not going to stop Eagle here. After Sector 5, after Powerbomb, I'm really interested in how the race is going to go, because Eagle is known for having exceptional late game movement and mechanics, and I'm really excited to see, like, if I was a betting man, I would bet that Eagle would be ahead after Yakuza.
We'll have to see, because Yakuza is also another big RNG point there.
Yeah.
But now they're on their way to get the loudest power up. The power bombs. I don't know what they were thinking. I guess they just decided, you know what? The music, people can hear the music too well, so you have to give something to cover it up or to really just stick it to the headphone users out there. But power bombs, thankfully, are very useful in this game because they don't just blow things up, they also suck any X-parasites toward them, and it also acts kind of as an X-ray scope in that it reveals blocks. So they're very useful, and the game gives you 74 of them by the end, so the game knows they're useful.
Yep, and the most important function for power bomb is that it exposes pathways for more power bombs, like this. Oh, that's a D-tank, but you'll see one coming up here after the sax chase. Both runners getting the wall jump there. It's kind of a difficult trick where if you fail it, you lose some time because you'll have to release some rippers.
And both coming up on a sax chase here, which you may be forgiven for thinking there isn't one, because you never actually see it, but no, believe us, it's there.
Is there any Metroid that... Is there any Metroid where power bombs don't... Like, power bombs aren't used only for getting more power bombs?
Super Metroid. You need power bombs to get to Ridley, which is very much not getting power bombs.
Well, yeah, because the door is there, but I mean, it's like this game. You need a power bomb to go down there to see Sax, so it doesn't really count. Scotty going for a modified Kadoom strat there. I don't know if that's faster or not. It felt a little bit slower, to be honest.
Alright, now it's time for the puzzle room that annoys a whole lot of people. Let's see how it goes for Scotty and Eagle here. Scotty's... Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! You got the Ripper in the right spot, but he just took the tumble. This could be it.
Please, I'm eating! Why?
Don't worry, I got this! Eat! Oh man, they are on top of each other now. They both grabbed that powerbomb tank almost at the same time. Oh, Eagle taking a bonk though. Scotty gaining another second there, but they are right on top of each other now. That's what we're saying. These guys are playing at such a high level that even one tiny mistake is all it takes for the lead to change. Oh goodness! Now with power bombs. Just more explosions, more shenanigans, and they'll soon be on their way back to the ship because the computer wants to talk to you in person because, I don't know, I guess the computer just fears being alone.
I almost spat my Big Mac out when I saw the Scotty fell through the crumble blocks there. It's a shame.
It surprised me. The thing about that puzzle room is that the rightmost block and like the elevated ceiling part is actually solid. You can actually be on that. So, I guess he tried jumping a little bit too late and just fell through.
Makes me sad. And now runners are neck and neck. Like I told you, like I wish there was like betting odds here. Eagle will, in my opinion, take the lead after Yakuza.
Well, we'll see. We will see.
Ooh, Eagle getting the faster powerbomb placement. He's gonna save frames here over Scotty.
Oh man,
And
frames.
it's gonna get closer and closer to the sink.
But no, yeah, they're just on their way to go back to the ship, talk to the computer a bit, and then they're going to be on their way to the fight we've been building up to, Yakuza, which is an annoying fight because if Yakuza, much like a lot of other bosses in games, if it doesn't want to reveal its weak spot, you can't do much about it aside from try to get to reset its cycle and hope for the best.
Alternatively, you can press select, start B and A at the same time.
You can do that, but that will in no way help you beat Yakuza.
So both runners within 3 seconds of each other. It's gonna Yakuza's definitely going to separate these guys one way or the other.
You see, we've been saying that, but but RNG wise, they've been very similar as far as what the game's been giving them. So if that happens again, then who knows?
Well, you can have the best Yakuza fight for both runners, but if one is the 1 round and one is the 4 round, that is a massive time loss regardless.
Well, and the 4 round isn't the best Yakuza fight possible, then is it? Oh god, where's the...
Either
Oh my
way, both runners are going to get a 4 beam here. Okay, never mind.
Oh, Scotty getting no beams, Eagle getting 1 beam and a frozen stream.
That's 3 beams so far for Eagle.
Oh man.
Scotty going for early grabs here. Okay.
Oh man,
Right,
just
it's a
Yakuza
4
not
round.
wanting to open its mouth.
Yeah, 4 rounds for Scotty. Very unfortunate. Eagle with the 2 rounds, and now they're synced. So if Eagle had the same number of Idor's beams here, then Eagle would have been in the lead. But we have to execute. It looked like Scotty got better execution. I can't really tell what's going on in Eagle's screen. He did get a double to start, and that's the second double. And this will be the third. Never mind. So 2 doubles for Eagle. Not getting the sweet spot though. So Scotty maintaining the.
But it's a very, very close lead now.
Yeah. And I'm a little bit upset with Eagle for showing us PowerPoint slides during that time, because it was a very exciting moment.
You know, Eagle's trying to be professional about that, and PowerPoint is just the industry standard. You just gotta have to deal with that, Ross.
Well, you know, at least make it a quad chart if we're going with PowerPoint here.
Animated 3D bar graph. There you go.
Yeah. Scotty getting a nice setup for the vines there. Eagle also getting good setup. So Scotty still clinging to his 3-second lead, it seems.
Give me 1 second here.
And now we're kind of... Oh, Eagle's going to catch up here. Yeah. So now we're at the point where both runners are going to fight Nettori, and it's going to be a battle of who has the faster finger for mashing
the better
super
timed
missiles.
finger.
Yeah. Eagle is very well aware of the timing for Nettori. If you ever seen his fights, they're very fast. I don't know, Scotty. This is also a public service announcement for Scotty that missiles are 8 frames apart.
Well, they are in ZM. The timings change in this game. I'm not sure what they are for ice missiles.
For ice missiles, it's about 12 or 13.
Yeah, so the gag there is that if you just mash indiscriminately, you're going to fire more slowly than you mash with precise timing.
Look at them go! This is like the thing at the fair where you shoot your water gun into the little hole and it makes the fireman go up the ladder.
And
that's what
it is like. God, I can't believe you made me think of that stupid game.
Oh, Scotty's missing his doubles here, though. Eagle is missing doubles as well. What is going on with these guys? Eagle actually does get a double.
Getting that last double.
Eagle now in the lead, thanks to a fortunate double there. Scotty, I don't think, got any doubles, which is really, really unfortunate for him.
Yeah, to be fair, core beams are hard to get doubles on because of the smaller weak spot and just their movement. Ooh. And with the ice missiles, the smaller window, just that short room makes it pretty hard to get doubles.
Both runners getting their frame perfect shine spark there. It's frame perfect shine spark because it allows you to get hit by one of the enemies as you bonk, which knocks you out of your bonk animation and saves you time. You're actually able to regain control of Samus the moment you get hit.
Yes.
And give them props for attempting it, because if they had bonked the lower ceiling, then they would have lost time for sure. Definitely a risky strat for some good time gain here.
Well, I think so far this race has proven that neither of these two are afraid to take on risky strats, because to them, well, they've practiced them enough that they're still risky, but a lot less than for, say, me.
Yeah, this is a classic NA versus EU Esports MLG Gaming 2017 Metroid Fusion 100% tournament. Very, very close race right now between NA CScottyW versus EU Eagle. Both are top tier runners. CScottyW with a 104 personal best and Eagle with a 105 personal best.
Yes, both still free agents, so pro teams get on that. But now it's time for everyone's favorite boss casually. I am, of course, talking about the tennis ball in the microwave, the cat in the TV. I don't know, but it's Nightmare. And let's see if either of them is going to attempt Paul's Moore's favorite trick. Get the feeling Scotty will not. Maybe Eagle will. I don't know. Nope, looks like he's just setting up for the Shine Spark. They both are. Sorry, Paul's Moore, they're both disqualified. The Nightmare Space Boost is... You see all these rooms they're horizontally Shine Sparking through where they bonked on that wall? If you Space Boost, which is basically just space jumping while you're speed boosting, it'll actually let you go further in that room and then into the next room, which saves a little bit of time. But space boosting through that section, because there's transitions are broken doors, is actually extremely difficult. Paul's Moore is the only one who really does it.
So Eagle makes a few mistakes there in the room with the E-Tank, causing Scotty to catch up, and right now they are within 1 second of each other. This is craziness. Definitely craziness. Again, they're going to have to visit an IDOR, so that RNG may separate them. Yep.
Yeah, or maybe they put the power bomb in the wrong spot. Oh, Scotty.
What is wrong with you, Scotty? This is what I meant when I said earlier on that movement is so important for these two runners because they are both top tier runners, and simple mistakes like that can cost them a lot of time.
To be fair, the space jump in Fusion is a little bit wonky. But still,
it wasn't the space jump. Like, he had enough height that a normal jump could clear it, but it looked like he was going for the shot cancel and just couldn't get it.
All right, thankfully neither of them taking the tumble there with the energy tank, just grabbing it. And here we go. Let's see if they can both have a good nightmare fight here. Now, it's interesting to note, now that they have the Plasma Beam, the Plasma Beam for most situations is their most powerful weapon, but not with Nightmare, because it does not travel through Nightmare, it only hits him, which means that missiles are more powerful for damage.
So Eagle had the slower opener. We might see a different pattern here for Eagle. No, he gets the typical pattern, and he should be able to manipulate it. Scotty with the faster opener here, and he's going to have issues here. Because that opener was kind of fast, Nightmare's pattern was a little bit different. Eagle is going to save some time here versus Scotty due to Nightmare's death animation being shorter.
Both of them getting the doubles though, which is again not as easy as it used to be, but and getting the sweet spot for Scotty, very nice.
All right, I think that Scotty is going to have a better segment here coming up between Sector 5 to Sector 4. If you've seen Scotty move through it, it's very, very nice movement, very clean.
Oh, Eagle kind of a little bit close there. I mean, for a moment there I thought he might not enter speed boost fast in time to break through those, but he did.
Basically played chicken with the wall, and he won. Yeah.
Who else but Eagle?
I was hoping that Scotty would unveil the super sexy Coralax jump there that he showed us on the Discord, which saves a lot of time in this room, but unfortunately it is an extremely difficult trick that requires 3 precise frame inputs to do. Don't blame him for not doing it.
Yeah, that room which Scotty just left is, I believe it's referred to as the most annoying room in the game, because those guys on the ceiling and the floor, they're kind of difficult to hit, and they shoot you with those floaty boomerang things, which are very difficult to dodge, so a lot of runners will tend to do, even good runners will tend to do passable impressions of pinatas when going through that room.
Oh, Scotty missing the speed jump there, wasting time, being forced to plant a bomb.
And apparently I have now started a discussion in chat about what is the actual worst room in the game. But yeah, they are staying on top of each other. I mean, not someone who can really say they are just both. They're making mistakes, but they're both they're more or less canceling out and just staying really close.
Yeah, it's basically a game of tug of war right now, and where both of the participants are skinny nerds.
Ross, please.
We don't know who's going to win, and it could take forever to find out.
And they're also coming up on a Shine Spark trick, which, while not super duper difficult, if one of them screws it up, that can easily change the lead, or widen the lead, as the case may be. Eagle's setting up for it here in a moment, and as he takes off running right. And no trouble there. Looks like Eagle is in good shape.
And he gets it.
He does. Now let's see how Scotty does. Oh, he's deciding to not take any crap from that little enemy up there and just doing the same.
So one thing to note about the runners, as you saw them do that, some of the other runners in this tournament occasionally, or not occasionally, more often than not, failed that strat. And the biggest reason why is because if you saw the two runners and how they handled the second Shine Spark, you'll note that they did not try to jump mid-air while turning. Instead, they faced the same direction and held that direction first before jumping to make sure that they got a spin jump. You see a lot of runners when they do that they turn and then press A immediately, which does not execute a spin jump and causes them to bonk.
Yep.
So, Scotty not able to get past the missile barrier. At least you won't have to kill it on the way back.
That's true. I guess that just. So is that really a net time loss in that point?
No, it is a net time loss. I mean, you have to kill it anyway. On the way back, you're killing it as you're moving, so
That's true.
It doesn't save or lose you any time. It will definitely lose you time there if you don't run past it before it spawns.
But hey, with that, they are both actually completely done with Sector 4. That's the last item in Sector 4. So we are slowly but surely approaching completion here. Looks like the computer wants us to go back to Sector 6, because y'all remember the box fight from Sector 3, right? The security robot? Well, now it's back, but it's infected by the X. So yes, the computer is sending them off to Sector 6 to destroy the Xbox. Now, as to whether or not the Xbox or Box 1 is the harder fight, it depends on who you ask. There is some debate on that. But Scotty has an interesting strat for that as well, which at this point should surprise nobody. So we'll see how that works out for him. Ross, swallow then talk.
I don't think that Scotty will go for the faster strat when you consider the opponent that he is facing, because missing that faster strat will actually cost you a lot of time.
Possibly, but then again, he did go for that strat for the earlier strat in Sector 6 to get the missile tank after Varia, so you never know. You never really know what Scotty's going to do.
That's a strat that Scotty's actually used to doing by now, and it's in his standard run. But the box fight coming up, it's not really. We're still kind of working the kinks on it. It's still very fickle, and one wrong pixel could cost you the entire fight. So I don't think Scotty would go for it.
Oh, I guess. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll see what he does then. Meanwhile, we hope you didn't think that the future Siri from earlier, after emergency, is done, because now she's here to remind us that there is no entry without authorization. All right, Eagle entering the box fight first. You don't have to deal with those fire bombs, but now the downside is that the ceiling is low enough. Oh, look.
He's gonna go for it, I guess. Oh,
God, he does not disappoint.
So it actually turns out that he's not gonna save time here because, like I said, he did not get all of his missiles in, and that time save that would have happened was immediately negated there.
But you know what? Look, cool. Scotty #1 in my heart. And he gets Sweet Spot, so very nice. Yeah, getting doubles in that Core X is essentially TAS only, but you can still always get Sweet Spot if you know which of the rock nipples on the floor to line up with.
I think they're called stalagmites.
They're not pointy.
I mean, aren't all nipples pointy?
Have you actually seen a stalagmite? Talking pointy, and you can impale your hand on them.
I don't know. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna get there. I'm not gonna go there.
I was about to say, Ross, please don't.
So Eagle maintaining the lead after the Nightmare and Box 2 fight here. This segment has a timer. 55-63 is what I saw from the Eagle.
Well, let's see how Scotty does here.
Ooh.
55.
They're both 55-63, so identical to the 100th of a second. Identical escapes. That is very, very swag.
Yeah, they're both keeping it close though. I mean, Eagle has the lead now, but Scotty had the lead for the longest time, and the lead could still change. We have one more eye door and 3 more bosses. And not to mention the entirety of cleanup, which is pure skill. Which is definitely, like Ross said, one of the cool things about the late game is that cleanup, you don't have to worry about eye doors or boss RNG. It's pretty much just how good is your movement, how good, which do you know the optimal strats, and that's where Eagle traditionally shines. So if we're going to see him maintain the lead or have to take back the lead after Ridley, we don't know. That's going to be where it is. We'll have to see.
I've come to find out that in tournaments or in races, it's not really how good are your optimal strats. It's kind of more of how good are your backup strats. Because we've seen primary strats fail more often than not in these races, with the runners not knowing what to do after that, or spending like an extra second or two to get their thoughts together.
Well, it's a combination of the two, I'd say. Like, if you are so good at the optimal strats that you never fail them, then it's a moot point. But I mean, if you fail them, knowing what to do in that case can definitely save you time. It's a combination, I'd say.
Yeah, and I can't say it enough, but both runners are very, very good at the game. That it should be expected of them to know the backup strats and to apply them immediately in case the primary strat fails. Eagle having difficulty with gold pirates. That means Scotty has a chance to catch up here. Ooh, very, 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 very slow gold pirates there. Scotty kills the first one right away, and maybe not the second.
Oh,
please, Scotty, you had a chance.
So they broke even by about. And Eagle gets 1 eye beam, so let's see how Scotty does there.
Oh.
1 beam. They're just getting similar luck. It's pretty funny. And here's our good friend Ridley. He's so happy that we finally come to visit after an hour and 20 minutes of wandering around the station. Just listen to him. Listen to that happy scream.
He sounds like Taylor Swift in that I Knew You Were Trouble song. Trouble, trouble. See? Sounds just like it, right?
I don't know what kind of headphones you're using, Ross, but I can't decide I want to listen to them or not. All right, now getting. All right, so Eagle is now starting his cleanup, and Scotty is right behind him.
Ah, man, Scotty had a chance to catch up there and take the lead after Eagle's very, very, very bad gold pirates, but apparently this is Game of Horse as Scotty gets the pacifist. But it's hey, Scotty, can you do this? And Scotty says, oh, why, of course I can.
Pretty much. They're getting shockingly similar RNG. They seem to be making a lot of the same mistakes in spots. Just when you think this could be what changes it, it's like anything. Well, yeah, anything you can do, I can do better, and I guess that includes kind of losing the exact same amount of time. Ross has some bad news. Chat's calling you out for listening to Taylor Swift.
Unlike the chat, okay, I'm proud that I don't have to hide the fact that I like Taylor Swift when these guys secretly love Taylor Swift. So, you know.
Thank you, Faison.
Just come out of the closet and accept the fact that you all love Taylor Swift like I do. Thank you.
Oh, I've forgotten about that clip. Right, but yes, cleanup. They're both in cleanup now, so no more eye doors, just a couple of bosses at the end of it all, and just pure execution, a lot of movement, a lot of shine sparking, and a lot of things that can go wrong if they're not on point, so...
Oh, Scotty. Door. He's gonna have to reset the room.
That's going to cost... definitely... Yeah, I don't foresee Eagle making that mistake, so that's going to definitely cost him time.
What I like about Scotty is that if you notice when he has to do Shine Spark tricks, where you need to kind of maneuver before executing Shine Spark, you'll see that he presses down to store the Shine Spark and then immediately does what he needs to do. Like there, he presses down and immediately starts moving forward, whereas some runners, when they store the Shine Spark, they're so careful not to lose it that they spend a little bit of time to make sure that they're where they need to be and which direction they're facing. But Scotty, it almost seems like it's natural movement for Samus, where Samus kind of just takes a knee and then starts running immediately. It looks really nice when he does it like that.
Yeah, no, Scotty has definitely has learned this game absurdly fast. And although, which is to say, if you're learning this game, don't feel ashamed if you have to take a second to straighten up after a Shine Spark, because it takes a little bit of getting used to. But yeah, definitely being able to do it quickly will save time. And oh, Eagle opting to just Shine Spark here instead of do the space boost.
I wonder if Eagle realizes that he is in the lead and he's taking safety strats to maintain the lead. Which is something that he would do to cut out the risk, you know, to make sure that the run is as ooh. And Scotty gets the first missile tank on the way to the second missile tank.
Nice.
Which saves time because he won't have to go back to that platform.
Yeah, no, Eagle's a lot of things. He's also a very smart racer. I mean, he'll adjust his strats depending on the circumstances and who he's playing against, which is something that even really good runners, not all of them do, but Eagle does.
Yeah, Eagle's the type of player that will hold the blue shell until, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I know what you mean, don't worry.
Both runners finished with Sector 1.
Into Sector 3, but we'll pretty much be seeing them just kind of do relatively mundane cleanup stuff here, but it's not really going to start getting hot and heavy until Sector 6. Sector 6 is the second to last chapter, sector of cleanup, and also the most difficult sector of cleanup. So I think if we're going to be seeing any change of lead or of what be it a growing of a lead or a changing of the lead, it's going to be in Sector 6. Maybe Sector 2 being the second hardest, but
yeah, and Eagle having some technical difficulties with his stream, I believe. Someone tell him Panic Basket in his chat.
Yeah, he's been amarect. That's always a possibility.
Yeah. Ooh, Scotty almost gets chomped by the thing.
Threading the needle there between the stretchy and the platform.
Yeah. Hopefully Eagle will fix his problems and is still running while fixing his problems because...
Oh no, he does.
Yeah, it's considerable time loss already if he decided to stop right then and there to fix his problems.
Speaking as someone who has raced against Eagle when he had not one but 2 stream failures, and still won, so yeah, Eagle will not stop playing. Alright,
so Eagle is back, and he looks like he shook the dead bits out of his router, and is still in the lead.
Yes. Although again, still a very close lead. They're in the same room. So actually, I'll be curious to see is Eagle going to go for the space boost here, or he is going for the space boost.
I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. Shine Sparking here is just too slow. Oh, but he doesn't go all the way through. This is a chance for Scotty to catch up, ever so slightly.
Well, you would go for it if you would go for the Shine Spark there if you missed the space boost every time. Then again, I'm a scrub. My experiences are not typical. Oh my goodness, this lava room though is pain on the eyes.
Yeah, Eagle seems to be slowing down just a little bit here. Scotty is definitely catching up. Scotty does a screw attack there in the lava, which seems like a movement error, but it's actually pretty smart because the place where he does the screw attack is where a lava pillar would erupt from, and doing a screw attack will make you invulnerable to any of that. So he kind of predicted it would happen.
Yeah, because if the lava pillar pops up, even when you can't see it, it'll knock you back, you lose time, so that screw attack is preferable to losing time to the minor knockback.
Yep.
Okay, and there's the power bomb tank that a lot of folks missed casually.
Still a very, very close race.
Yeah. There's really not much to say. I'm just kind of still on the edge of my seat here. This could end in either of their favors. It's still so close.
Scotty with slight movement errors, allowing Eagle to pull ahead. I think Scotty will go for the space boost here, where Eagle will do a Shine Spark instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scotty opened the door, so he's going to... Yeah, he's going to do a space boost. That should help Scotty catch up.
A small time gain. Yeah, the thing about Shine Sparking is definitely faster than running, but there is the wind-up animation and the bonk animations, and those do lose a little bit of time. So in some cases where it's not that much of a distance, you don't go for the Shine Spark. And if you can do a space boost instead, you generally do, because it has neither of those animations. Space boosting is, however, substantially harder than Shine Sparking. And here we go, Sector 6. It starts out immediately with a Shine Spark or a Space Boost. I expect them both to go for the Space Boost here, which means they're gonna have to use the R shoot there. And Eagle looks he's in good shape. Oh, he bonks! Oh no, this could be where Scotty.
Oh, Scotty!
Scotty's is now back in the lead with that. Like I said, Sector 6. It's even no matter how much you play this game, this sector can still throw you off, and there's still more to it too. Hopefully neither of them screw up getting the powerbomb tank near the forbidden sector, and then there's the most annoying powerbomb tank in the game. Because we hope you like crumble blocks, because the game developers apparently did as well. Because here's a fun thing about crumble blocks here. Well, actually, no, let's talk about this one coming up on Scotty first. He has to jump to get through those speed booster blocks just like that. Because if you actually shine spark straight up, you get stuck back in Sector 1. You have to go back through where Ridley was, and that takes forever. You lose a lot of time. So you need to jump there, or I guess you're feeling saucy, you can shine spark diagonally, but just jumping is the way to go. Just gotta be careful, because if you jump too early, too late, or don't make it through and those blocks reform, well, you gotta go back through all those other door transitions.
Yep, and also when you do break the speed booster blocks, you have to make sure that you continue to space jump up, because those speed booster blocks reform very quickly.
Alright, here we go, Scotty. Scotty's coming up on the powerbomb tank, which is annoying because the intended strat is to freeze enemies, but oh my god.
What? What?
What?
Scotty!
Scotty, you're making me sound like an idiot here. No, you made it look really easy. We guarantee you that's actually incredibly difficult to do. What was that? Eagle, no! Yeah, the thing about crumble blocks is to jump off of them, it's a one-frame jump. So Sky just got 2 one-frame jumps in a row first try. Holy cow. What?
Oh no!
Scotty.
Scotty gonna lose some time here, and he'll have to reset the room, misplacing a bomb. He's gonna do it really carefully now, I hope. Oh, that's close!
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, Scotty, take your time!
Scotty, no. Scotty just took a commanding lead with that, and now he's probably going to be losing it again.
Oh my... No!
Scotty!
Open the door, okay, then just run back.
And Eagle is leaving us in suspense here because his stream is frozen again. But I think with that, Eagle's is probably back in the lead.
Oh, it looks like Eagle may have made a mistake somewhere too.
It's hard to no. It's hard to tell.
No. That's 20 seconds behind. So Eagle might actually be in the lead.
I think I'd have to expect Eagle is in the lead, but I don't know until his PowerPoint presentation catches up.
This is the good old days of YouTube where you get like one frame here or there while YouTube is loading.
God, buffering. Oh god, that was so for Sky taking that lead and getting that powerbomb tank. Oh boy. But there is still Sector 2, because Crumble City has been known to humble even the most skilled of runners.
There's a lot of suspense right now. I can't wait for Eagle Stream to come back up. I want to see where he is.
Eagle by sheer dumb accident is giving us more suspense than anything else so far. All right, here we go, Scotty. Don't let Crumble City beat you. Now, what you all can't see. Oh no! Oh no! Oh God! Oh, Eagle Stream is completely offline. Oh no. This could be trouble. No, but yeah, this entire room is just made up of crumble blocks, so you have to space jump through there and not touch the ground or you start falling through. It's possible to recover. It's not as unforgiving as that one powerbomb tank, but if you fall through and one reforms above you, you're going to lose a lot of time.
So fortunately for Eagle, if his computer did in fact crash, he is playing on console. So he is playing on a TV, which is separate from the computer. So as far as we're concerned, the race is still going on, and he's back up. Keep in mind, okay, so I think Fiesel is going to resync the timers here.
Yeah.
Or not. It's just Eagle being PowerPoint Eagle right now. I thought Fiesel paused it.
Give him a second. Fiesel will get it fixed. It's probably just playing through really fast, trying to catch up right now. Yeah, it's advancing many seconds at a time.
Scotty getting the trick first try. Good job.
I'm not fond of that room. I tend to take the safety strats and freeze the rippers, but doing it the fast strat is always a little bit nerve-wracking.
So we're looking at Eagle's side here, and it is pretty deceiving because this stream is 2 minutes behind at the moment. So where he is right now isn't exactly where he is right now. So we have to bear in mind that Eagle is 2 minutes behind.
He is slow. It feels like the stream is slowly jumping forward like an... Oh, Eagle, no! Oh!
He's gonna pick up the power bomb tank first.
So, thankfully, this is one of the recoverable ones, but that's still going to lose him a little bit. Oh, Eagle, no!
The same row!
Oh, no. This is even worse now, because at first we thought Eagle would still be in the lead, but now it's just... Oh, my God. Now we really just aren't sure. That should put Scotty back in the lead, but I don't know. This is killing me.
Yeah, I won't be able to tell you who is really in the lead right now, unless...
I guess... Okay, I'm going to try and just kind of time it. Like, when Scotty hits the transition that takes him back into the main deck, I'm going to look at the time, and we'll do the same thing when Eagle does it.
Alright, let's do this. The first missile he picks up right here, I'm going to say the time, and chat's going to remember the time for us.
Are we going to do it with the missile? Okay.
Yeah.
He's also going for the crumble strat, which is...
136.48. 136.48.
Oh, he gets it, and...
Oh, he does get it. Nice.
Nice. That is a very difficult trick, because you have to both crouch on the crumble blocks and also fall as quickly as possible, otherwise you'll lose the charge before you get there. So that is not an easy trick.
I think in order for Eagle's timer to be caught up, Eagle will have to actually reset his stream himself. Okay, so we did catch up. Nice. So Scotty's in the lead.
And it's a healthy lead, too. It's not a small lead. Eagle's fallen a fair bit behind here.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So both runners in the red. So it was not a particularly good run for either runner, but Scotty is in the lead.
Yeah, Fiesel pointing out he didn't want to pause Scotty for 2 minutes, so we should have known better than to doubt Fiesel. We're sorry. He knows what he's doing. But with that, Scotty and Eagle are both on their way to the final item. The last powerbomb tank that will give them 100%. And since they've been playing close to each other, it's been pretty easy to keep track on them, and they both 100% as far as I can tell. I did not see that either of them miss anything.
So as Morgan mentioned, it's a 16-second difference between Scotty and Eagle, and 16 seconds is not a good enough buffer, in my opinion, for Scotty to loaf around. He needs to make sure that he gets his sax flight well. I'm not even going to say perfect, at least good, right?
Yeah.
Like, no big mistakes, please.
Yeah, so if he gets a clean phase 1, then does the two-shot phase 2. Now, I don't think even getting all the doubles on the Core X would be enough to catch up, even if Scotty missed them all.
You're right, yeah.
So, no, Scotty just has a reasonably clean sax fight and doesn't make any major movement mistakes getting out. He's in really good shape, but it's not gonna. But he can't afford to make any mistakes.
Yeah, his lead is not healthy enough for him to do crazy things and lose time.
And I'm not terribly sure. I think Scotty is having a little bit of an easier time with the text mashing as he's used to English, like you said before. But I don't think that's going to make too much. Even with this being the longest dialogue in the entire game, that I don't think it's going to add up to more than maybe a second or two.
It's gonna make a. I mean, I've seen races where the one runner was behind but caught up and won on better text mash.
God,
This in fact happened in I think it was AGDQ in the the 3-way race with what's his name, Kirby Master, JRP, and Hercules, where JRP was behind but had much better text mash and managed to catch up to Kirby Master. So
yeah, no,
like,
JRP's text smashing is insane. I've actually got the chance to watch him do it in person, and it's kind of shocking.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely it is in race purposes. For race purposes, it's definitely a strategy. Like, I'm gonna put it out there. It's a strat. Like in a race,
it's a skill.
Every second counts, right? So you have
absolutely.
to get really good text mashing here.
Yeah, which is one of the things that I tell people when they ask me about, oh, so and so is the world record holder, they're going to win the tournament. No, because racing and going for PBs are a different skill set, and in text mashing is a good example of it in Fusion. So here we go, sax fight. Let's see how Scotty does. Going for the diagonal shots, optimal strat. Let's see if he can pull it off.
It's going to be a 5-shot for Scotty, but it is still good enough for him to maintain this lead.
All right, one shot and a second shot, and I think he got it. He got the phase 2. If he can get any doubles here, that'll definitely help.
Oh, Eagle with a huge mistake.
Oh, no, Eagle. That. I don't want to say it's over, but that might be enough of a mistake to give Eagle a loss that he can't catch up from.
It almost seems like Eagle's given up.
I think he's just probably. I think he's frustrated because I think he realizes that this might be it. This might be what cost it. And if so, then I can understand why he might be very unhappy.
I've never seen Eagle give up like this before.
Oh my goodness.
Is SAX going to kill Eagle? Are we going to see another death by SAX? Oh, Eagle manages to clear the first phase. Meanwhile, Scotty just a few rooms away from victory.
He still not managed to beat my tournament record for most damage taken to this sax fight. My final race, I finished this fight with 2 energy tanks left. But, oh my goodness, Eagle.
Not the low height for Scotty.
But Scotty now heading into the Omega fight. The final, is he going for the pogo? Oh, he tried. Didn't get it.
Oh. And Eagle explains his sex fight in the chat.
Oh no, that's terrible. Oh, that's the worst. That is something I've experienced in tournaments, and it's a horrid feeling. Thankfully, he died on a platform where he wasn't going to just get wailed on by the sax, but still. Scotty getting this fast strat, finishing off the Omega, and with all the energy tanks, 250 missiles, and 74 power bombs, CScottyW confirmed to have the 100%. And with that loss of control comes time. CScottyW is our winner today with an official SRL time of 1:43.35.
Yeah, congratulations to Scotty, who will be advancing to the grand finals versus Paul Small. Can't wait to see that match. Eagle is going to be bumped down to the 3rd place match versus a Monkey. That will be an interesting match to watch as well.
Yeah, but this is actually kind of kind of a... I can't try to think of the word here. This is not record-breaking. This is unprecedented. This is the first time we don't have... The Eagle does not win a GBA Troid tournament. Because he's pretty much won them all up to this point. At least all the ones that I've remembered. And I think Ross might be eating another Big Mac or something. But...
no, I'm in shock and speechless.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was definitely a nail biter until the end. But it's oh goodness, he's just standing there. Did his controller act up again?
Wait a minute, isn't the Omega Metroid supposed to shoot fire and acid? Where is it?
Shoot fire and acid. What do you think this is? A less good game?
You're having difficulty killing the Omega Metroid. Finally able to dispatch the last Metroid that was in captivity, and now the galaxy is no longer in peace, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more of them out there somewhere. Otherwise, oh wait. Otherwise, we can't have any more games. I was like, oh wait, no. And someone else is going to need to drag... Ross, can you drag Scotty down here? I don't have permissions to drag him into commentary.
Only if you ask nicely.
Scotty, congratulations. That was a hell of a race.
Oh, thank you. I'm sad that it had to end like that, though.
Scotty showing some humility. This is a very rare occasion.
Yeah, no, I mean, Scotty, I mean, it's unfortunate to end that way. I'm not going to disagree with you, but at the same time, you had a lead going into the sax fight, and your sax fight was clean. Even if Eagle hadn't had that trouble, I think you still had that one won, especially once you finished the sax fight like you did.
I'm sure you're right about that. Still, like,
yeah,
it's unfortunate, really.
So yeah, no one likes to see hard work getting in the way of a good finish.
Eagle ending the race in explosive fashion. You saw there, poor Eagle returning to SR388 in pieces. But yeah, congrats, Scotty. You're moving on to the finals versus Paulsmore. How do you feel about this, and what do you expect your RTA to be when you beat Paulsmore?
I feel pretty ready for it. I expect my RTA to probably be at least like half a minute better than this one, but not about the same ballpark, really.
Okay, so we're looking at a 104 in the grand finals, yes?
Oh yes, definitely.
Very, very nice. Do you feel fine with the current level that you're playing, or do you plan to practice a little bit before your next race?
I mean, I'll practice a little bit, but not excessively for it.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, you may just overtrain and just get really frustrated with the game.
Uh-huh.
So definitely a really good idea to maintain a good level of practice and not over practice. Because I'm pretty sure Paulsmore will be practicing himself. It will be a very exciting race to watch. Can't wait for that to happen. I wonder if Eagle's getting in chat.
No, Eagle's in chat. Oh, well, he's going to be popping into commentary. I don't know. If his internet's acting up, he might not, just because it might cut out. Scotty with a respectable 106 race time.
Yeah, and like what Scotty says, I've never seen a 105 and I will never.
I have never seen a 105, and I will never.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yep, as you can see on the screen there, if it wasn't already verified for you right before the end of the race, Scotty does in fact have 100% And as you can see there, Samus is wearing torn clothes. Someone needs to take her to Salvation Army or something. But once again, good game to Scotty. Good game to Eagle. It was a very, very, very close race for almost the entire race.
It wasn't the entire race.
What was it like? Maybe not more than 20 seconds. And there were several points where you guys were within 1 second of each other. So,
And lead exchange several times. It was the nail biter from start to finish.
Definitely intense.
Yeah. I wonder if Eagle's getting on the voice.
I don't know. Maybe. I guess it depends on how his internet's doing. He has a cold. Okay.
All right, so Eagle, much like celebrities when paparazzi are around, is declining to comment or take questions. So once again, good game to both runners. Very exciting race. And what's coming up on Speed
What's
Gaming?
coming up? Oh boy. We have... Well, right now, there's a link to the past randomizer on Speed Gaming 1 and for the rest of the night. And then we have more link to the past randomizer on Speed... We have a Speed Gaming 4 now?
Yeah, like Speed Gaming 30.
Oh my god, no, but on Speed Gaming 2 here, at 9 p.m. we have some Super Metroid randos, so if you want a little bit of your Metroid fix, then be sure to stick around for that. And on Speed Gaming 3, looks like we have the continuation of that Earthbound Boogie percent, and even more link to the past rando. God, so much link to the past rando.
Yeah, it's randomizers seem to be the flavor of the year, I think. It's
2017 year of randomizers.
Yeah, it's been nothing but randomizers, which is very exciting because it takes away from the plain old, normal route that you would see in these tournaments or races, and adds a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Mystery.
Variety? Yeah, mystery, I guess. Yeah,
because I mean, like, I've seen races where top tier runners lose to like mid tier runners because of a unwise decision, or they decided to go for this route and picked something up that didn't help at all, whereas the other runner went another route and found something that put them on, put them in go mode or something like that, which is really exciting to see. But that is all that I have. Crunchy, do you have anything?
No, I don't have anything else. Just actually, when do we have the next race scheduled yet?
Well, there are only 2 races left. It is the Scotty versus Paulsmore race and the Eagle versus Monkey race.
I don't think we schedule races that quickly in this community.
Yeah, it may take a few days, but I wouldn't be surprised if the races were scheduled sometime this week. Keep in mind that there is a holiday on Monday in America, so maybe.
There is, isn't there?
Monday. Yes.
I'm really good at keeping up on my holidays.
But yeah, then hopefully we'll see this grand finals race soon, and that is really all I have left. Anyone else, Scotty? Any last comments? Any trash talk words that you can dish out to Paulsmore while you're on voice? And Scotty said, "I am trash talking to
is free."
Ooh,
Ooh,
dang! Throwing some shade at Paulsmore with
wow.
Sub Paulsmore is free.
Yikes!
This will be. I'm trying to hype this up so that we can make one of these runners put chew in mouth. So once again, and for the last time, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you again to Fiesel for providing us with the means to stream tournaments.
And for
I will
keeping
see
everything
you.
running even when things go a bit funny.
Yes. Everyone's asking me when is 40 everything. Someday. But thanks again, and I will see you in the next tournament or race.
All right, good night, everybody.